Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to our social studies lesson on the Eleutheran Adventurers. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain why the Eleutheran Adventurers came to the Bahamas, outline the challenges the Eleutheran Adventurers faced on their journey. Here are some vocabulary words that we would need to know. Settlement, a place that has recently been populated with permanent residents. Shipwrecked, the sinking, destruction, or damaging of a ship while at sea. Now that we know our vocabulary words, let's go and read along with me as we read about the Eleutheran Adventurers. In your previous lesson, I'm sure you would have heard so much about Christopher Columbus. Well, long after Christopher Columbus left the Bahamas, another group of Europeans arrived. They sailed south from Bermuda and came to live on the island of Eleuthera. Who were the group of the Europeans that arrived? Yes, the Eleutheran Adventurers. Well, far to the north and east of the Bahamas in the Atlantic Ocean is the island of Bermuda. And so we would see here on the map where the Eleutheran Adventurers sailed from Bermuda to the island of Eleuthera, right here. The leader of the Eleutheran Adventurers was Captain William Sayle. The group left Bermuda because the King of England wanted them to worship in the Anglican Church. They wanted freedom to worship in their own churches. They decided to leave Bermuda and set up a new settlement. In this settlement, they will have freedom and equal justice for all. Why did the Eleutheran Adventurers leave Bermuda? You're absolutely correct. They wanted freedom to worship. And who did we say was the leader of the Eleutheran Adventurers? Yes, William Sayle. They decided to call the new community Eleuthera. The word Eleuthera comes from the Greek word meaning freedom. Everyone in the group gave money to pay for the voyage. So that means not only did William Sayle pay for the voyage, but everyone in the group. What does the word Eleuthera mean? Yes, freedom. The voyage. In 1648, the Eleutheran Adventurers sailed from Bermuda in 2 ships. There were 70 people in the group, mostly farmers and fishermen. One of the ships was named after the leader, William. They carried food, seeds, fresh water, and tools to farm the new land. After many weeks at sea, they sighted land. This land was Eleuthera. The place where they first landed was Governor's Harbor. So when did the Eleutheran Adventurers sail? Yes, in 1648. So that would mean that they arrived on the island of Eleuthera in 1648. How many ships set sail? Yes, 2. I've heard about this word Governor's Harbor before. Does anyone know what is important or significant about Governor's Harbor? You're right. It is the capital of Eleuthera. So here we have the Eleutheran Adventurers sighting land, which is Eleuthera. Freedom! And on this map, we can see that they landed right here in Governor's Harbor. The disagreement. There was a disagreement between Captain Sale and the captain of the second ship, Captain Butler. Because of this, the group split into two groups. The group in the ship William sailed further west along the north coast of the island. So, there were two ships, one, the William, led by the William, and then we have the second ship that was led by Captain Butler. Disaster. Captain Sale and his crew were not familiar with the waters. As a result, the ship struck a reef. They were shipwrecked. All of their supplies were lost. Can you imagine sailing and then hitting one of these reefs? Wow. And all of their supplies were lost. Have no fear. They found shelter in a nearby cave. They held their first church service in the cave, so they called it Preacher's Cave. Right here. Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Bats. Surviving. In 1649, life on Eleuthera was not easy. For many days, they had no food except for berries and other plants. They used a small boat that survived and sailed for Virginia on the coast of North America. The people there were kind and generous. They gave them another ship and more supplies. So William and his followers came back to the Bahamas, and slowly the community grew. In 1656, other settlers came from Bermuda, but they were criminals. Life was hard. Some persons returned to Bermuda, and others remained, surviving by fishing and farming. It was difficult to grow crops in the soil. They also made money by trading wood and collecting things from ships that were wrecked on shores. By 1670, most of the Eleutheran adventurers left Eleuthera. Some of them moved to another island, which was called Sales Island. Life on Sales Island was better. Their future seemed to be filled with hope, so they renamed the island Providence. So I wonder which island that was. Slowly, new people began to arrive. The population grew on the settlement of Eleuthera and the island, now called New Providence. Oh, so Sales Island is the island New Providence. And there we have it, the island of New Providence. Thank you, boys and girls, for listening to our story on the Eleutheran Adventurers. You can now go ahead and complete the activities that are attached to this page. Thank you. See you later.